Nigerian Navy has released Motor Tanker HEROIC IDUN to its owners, Idun Maritime Limited, after the ship and her 26 foreign crew pleaded guilty and voluntarily entered a plea bargain with the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as well as make restitution to the federal government. Commanding Officer of the Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base Bonny, Captain Mohammed Adamu, disclosed this on Saturday, May 27, 2023, while addressing journalists aboard MT HEROIC IDUN, 30 nautical miles off the Bonny coastline. He said this has now led to the resolution of the criminal matter against the very large crude carrier and its owners.
As you may recall, that the public and indeed the maritime world was notified of the grave infractions of Motor Tanker HEROIC IDUN and her prosecution by the federal government of Nigeria at the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, on 10th January 2023. It was equally disclosed that the very large crude carrier tanker, Motor Tanker HEROIC IDUN, and her 26 foreign crew pleaded guilty and elected voluntarily enter into a plea bargain agreement with the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as well as make restitution to the federal government. Accordingly, after the conviction of Motor Tanker HEROIC IDUN and sentencing by court in line with the agreed terms, the motor tanker and its owners were to pay conviction fines and restitution to the federal government of Nigeria and make an apology to the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Nigerian Navy in print and electronic media, as well as Lloyd's lease. Accordingly, the owners of the vessel apologized to the federal government of Nigeria on the Lloyd's lease on 12th of May 2023. And same apology was published in the Punch newspaper, page 22 of 18 May 2023. The vessel regretted the false pirate attack alarm she raised on the 7th of August 2022, which was in clear defiance of the state, being that she disobeyed the lawful orders of Nigerian Navy ship Gongola after an attempt to load crude oil without the appropriate approvals and authorization from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and other security clearances.
He stated that on its part, the federal government agreed not to further pursue criminal prosecution or investigate the vessel, her owners, charterers, or her crew in the matter of a crime against the state, adding that these were the conditions of the plea bargain without which the VLCC and its crew will not be released.
On its part, the federal government agreed not to further criminally prosecute and or investigate the vessel, her owners, charterers, or her crew in the matter of a crime against the state. All these being the conditions of the plea bargain, without which the very large crude carrier tanker and its crew will not have been released.
He asserted that the plea bargain was in the interest of justice, the public, and for public policy interest in line with Section 270, subsection 5, paragraph A of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015.
The plea bargain was in the interest of justice, the public, and for public policy interest in line with Section 270, subsection 5, subsection alpha of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. Motor Tanker HEROIC IDUN, having fulfilled all the aforementioned conditions of the plea bargain to the satisfaction of the Federal High Court, is released today, Saturday, 27th of May 2023, to its owners, Idun Maritime Limited, with the consent of the court and the approval of the federal government of Nigeria.
He further declared that the efforts of the Nigerian Navy in concert with relevant stakeholders to secure the transfer of the ship from Equatorial Guinea after she escaped Nigeria territorial waters and subsequent prosecution under the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Offences Act 2019 apparently demonstrates its commitment to ensure regulatory compliance for vessels seeking access into Nigerian territorial waters and economic environment.
The subsequent transfer of the ship from Equatorial Guinea after she had escaped Nigerian waters and her prosecution under the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Offences Act 2019 further demonstrates the Nigerian Navy's practical commitment to ensure that only valid and authorized vessels are allowed to carry out export of crude oil or gas at the various oil terminals, and this is with a view to enhancing energy security governance in the country for improved national prosperity as directed by the federal government of Nigeria. Consequent upon these developments, maritime stakeholders, key players and seafarers operating within the Nigerian waters are enjoined and warned to carefully conduct their operations and maritime related activities within extant regulations and with due observance of the law.
He warned that the Nigerian Navy will not fail to bring to book those whose operations infringe on the provisions of the SPOMO Act and all maritime laws and conventions acceded to by the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Nigerian Navy will not fail to bring to book those whose operation infringe on the provisions of the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Related Offences Act and all associated maritime laws and conventions acceded to by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Navy, under the able leadership of the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, shall continue to work in synergy with other maritime law enforcement agencies, navies of the Gulf of Guinea states, and strategic partners of Nigeria to ensure that Nigeria derives the maximum benefit from its natural resources in her vast maritime area.
Also speaking, the captain of MT Heroic Idun, Tanuj Mehta, affirmed that he and his crew were aware of the processes that led to the plea bargain and the subsequent release of the ship, stating that he and his crew were well treated by the Nigerian Navy, expressing gratitude to the Navy and the Nigerian people for their disposition towards them while the fiasco lasted.
We were treated extremely professionally by the Nigerian Navy, and we are thankful to the Nigerian Navy and the people of Nigeria. And yes, we are aware of the arrangements between the Navy and the owners and the plea bargain agreement. And we are more than happy and relieved to go back home to our families.
Checks around Nigeria's maritime domain in recent times indicate an upscale in the capabilities and deliverables of the Nigerian Navy with regards to entrenching the nation's energy security governance and guaranteeing a conducive atmosphere for national prosperity to flourish. Emily Gorechima, reporting for Christina Television.
Is the news from around you, from the communities, in the creeks, on the roads, whether they're celebrations, protests, parades, football matches, the people, the places, the issues, we serve them fresh, hot, unbiased, factual and timely. It is informative and educative. It is community news. It's the news on Christina Television. Follow our social media handles. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay with us. Christina Television, your plug for community news.